Hello, today we will be talking about mass selection. The population I chose to use are zebras and their tail length. I chose an average tail size of 1.2 feet and a standard deviation of 0.35 feet. The broad sense heritability is 0.85 and the realized heritability is 0.67. Here we have a rough drawing of the original curve. As you can see, I selected the top 10% to breed, and that top 10% starts at the truncation point, which we will solve for later. You can also see in the curve the actual average of 1.2, how it's in the middle of the bell curve. Now it's time for some calculations. The first one to calculate is the truncation point. We take mu and we add z times the standard deviation. Z is the standard selection point that we have to find in the table. In the table for 10%, the standard selection point is 1.282. So we took those numbers, plugged them in, and we got 1.65 feet. And that's where the cutoff starts for the 10%. Next, we had to solve for S, which is x bar S minus x bar naught. And it also equals I times standard deviation. I is a selection intensity, which we also get from the table. So we go to the table for 10%, and we find that I equals 1.755, and we multiply that by the standard deviation of 0.35, and we get 0.61 feet. Then we can use that to solve for x bar S. And once we do that, we find that x bar S equals 1.81 feet. Next is to solve for R. So we take the heritability equation and we plug in the numbers that we already have, and we find that R equals 0.4087. Then we take that to solve for x bar 1. This will be the mean for the population that comes after the original population. And this is what we came to figure out is 1.6087. Now, as you can see here, this is the final curve mixed with the original curve. We have both the means listed. Then we have the truncation point listed as 1.65. Then we have the selection response of 0.4087 and the selection difference of 0.61. And we also listed our x bar S 1.81 feet, which is the mean of the selected parents. Now, if you were to repeat this experiment over and over again, the heritability would eventually decrease, and an explanation for that could be that longer tails make it harder for zebras to get away from predators and to get caught. Thank you. That is all.